when we get things, we get arrogant.
Steve seems like he's definitely a hustler. About his money, he pretty much put that out there when him and Monique went on the show.
Right.
What do you think is going on with him? Because Hollywood is a funny business. They can rock with you.
Right. And when they tired of you, they let you go. That's why you can't put yourself into a position to be held by anybody. Whatever you get, you have to work hard for it, and God is the one, I feel, that makes those decisions. I'm a very spiritual person. What's meant for me is meant for me. What's not is not. And I'm not going to sell my soul to anybody that feels whatever. It might not be a great big group, but there's a group of people who really enjoy who I am, the realness of who I am. And for me to change just to get the masses to follow me and all that, nah.
And how would you respond if you were Monique? Given the fact that Steve kind of like
shitted on me
in front of like TV, had the crowd,
right.
You're looking at it wrong. So she went on and said, "Let me be clear. We do not celebrate what appears to be someone else's demise." You take the higher road, or you set up a couple punchlines.
This is where the spiritualness comes into me. Even though bad things have been said about me, bad things have been put in there, it doesn't benefit me to see you do bad as a black man. I don't care how great you're doing. I don't care what the situation is. I root because I know what we're going through. As a black man, I can't wish no bad on no black man. We don't have a fair shake. So from a person who, and I learned this in South Africa. And I'm gonna just make this real brief. There's a guy named David Kyle who's a big comedian in South Africa. And David Kyle, I didn't know how big he was. And we were about to do a show out there. And there was people, I'm talking about thousands of people standing out the restaurant, literally yelling at Dave, "Hold my baby, hold my baby." And I'm like, well, who is this dude? Let's see. And I asked Dave, and then there was a white guy who came in, and the white guy just walked through the crowd. So I was like, well, who is this dude that he can just walk through the crowd? So he gave Dave a hug. He shook my hand and said, "So I heard you're the guy that's making all the ruckus out here in Africa." And I laughed. And so he says, "Man, I hope I can get to see it." My response to him was, "Well, you made it through all of these people, so you shouldn't have a problem coming through the show." And he said, "Well, I didn't get a ticket." And I said, "Well, Dave said, Capone, don't do that." And I didn't know what was going on. So later that night, the guy came to the show. To make the short story short, he came to the show, and I said, "Oh, you made it." He said, "Man, you really are everything that they say." I said, "Thank you." So I had to ask Dave. I said, "Dave, man, who is that guy?" He said, "That is the guy who runs the region of Mercedes-Benz." I said, "So why would he think he would have a problem getting a ticket?" He said, "Did you see all those people that were standing out there?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you realize that some of those people spent their last, don't know when they're never going to get $1 again, just to come to see you and I perform? So why should he be treated special because he got money?" And literally I started crying because I did not realize how humble you had to be put in that position. And for, like he said, those people spent their last dollar to come see us. So he don't care if it's you got a lot of money. The thing is, when you're supposed to get your tickets on time, you get them. So just because you got money, you feel like you can just walk in and you got a ticket like that. It don't work like that. And I've listened to that, and it plays back into my head all and over. And that is one of the things that has made me this humble guy that I am.
What I was gonna say, why did that resonate to make you cry about it?
Because when we get things, we get arrogant. We don't realize what other people might be going through. You can sit here all day. You know there's a black man fearing. There's a black man that can't get a job. There's a black man that don't give a fair shake. And so to be judging those people, you never know what a person is going through. And so, yeah, it rocked me. It humbled the hell out of me to not take anything for granted.